This unit uses Leo Leone's A Color of His Own in order to engage in phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, comprehension, independence, and the importance of friendship and companionship. So by the end of this unit, students will be able to understand the importance of companionship and actually demonstrate their knowledge by writing an alternative ending to the story and creating a representation of their story through drawing and art and a big poster board. So they'll work on that by the end of the week. On the first day, we will be engaging in a pre-read. We will show the pictures, we'll go through the book, we'll make predictions, character analysis, character predictions, and then I will read aloud the book. And we'll be focusing on vocabulary. We will add the words to our vocabulary wall. And then after I read it, we'll have a ground conversation about comprehension. I will be asking a ton of questions to gauge where students are at in their comprehension. And then we will have a phonemic awareness mini lesson, and I will end that lesson for that day by reading the book aloud again, just to model fluency. By day 2, I'll read the book at the beginning of the lesson. We'll have a phonics and spelling lesson. Students will engage in a story sequencing comprehension lesson. So they will have little cutouts of pictures with the pictures of the story, and they will be in groups of maybe about 3 to 5, and they will be putting the story back together again. So it really shows, story sequencing, and it shows me where they're at on their comprehension. And then we will also go over the vocabulary wall. So we'll look at the vocabulary wall. It'll say like A, B, C, H. One of the vocab words is going to be Heather. So under H, we'll look at Heather, and we'll see what students remember from the day before, and we'll engage in vocabulary lesson depending on what they have remembered and what they know. What they need to retouch up on. And by day 3, they'll be in their centers a little bit by day 3. So there'll be a listening center. So they'll listen to a recording of the story. They'll follow along. After that, they'll be engaged in open-minded portraits. So they will create open-minded portraits, and the front will be the chameleon, so they'll create a picture of the chameleon, and the back will be symbols of the chameleon, so that'll include like a lemon, it'll include maybe a heart for companionship, maybe a sad face for loneliness, and then they will be writing out what those symbols represent on pieces of paper. So they'll be engaging in writing as well as thinking, and then we'll go refocus on vocabulary if needed. And then we will have a phonics lesson, and then I will read the book again just to model that fluency for one of the last times for that day. And by day 4, the beginning, we'll start up with a paired reading. So they can get in partners or groups based on their reading levels, and they will engage in paired reading. We'll have a grand conversation. We're going to use higher order thinking this time. The first day I'm not going to use that critical thinking questions. It's more what happens in the story. And then now by day 4, we've comprehended the story a little bit more. So I will be doing higher order thinking questions during that day. And then we will also engage in bingo for the sight words. So encourages fluency. We'll use a lot of the sight word bingo. I think that'll be fun for them. And then we'll have a guided reading lesson and read the book for fluency again. And by day 5, we'll start out the book with paired reading, so that encourages fluency, and then we'll do a writing workshop. So by day 5, this is where they are going to write an alternative ending, or the book ends with the 2 chameleons becoming friends. So what do the 2 chameleons do after they become friends? So they'll be writing about that, and then they will be representing their writing through an artwork of their choice. There's also a few books that we'll be throwing in and out during the week. A good one is The Mixed Up Chameleon. That's a fun one, just by Eric Carle. So that's when the chameleon wishes he were a more exciting animal that he sees at the zoo, and then he realizes nothing as important as being himself. So that's another life lesson that goes along with friendship, companionship, self-love. And then we'll also incorporate a children pictures book about chameleons with fun chameleon facts and photos, so students can look at that. And so that'll be in our library. So when they have independent time or they're in their quiet center, reading center, they can kind of look at the pictures of that book, or they can read it. So that'll be fun for them to do as well. And yeah, that's my lesson.